मोहम्मद अली शाह का मैं रुख कर लेता हूँ इस वक्त. Major Shah, clearly, of course, a shocker from Manipur with this lady being shot dead who had gone to drop her child to school. Okay, I think we've lost him there. Major Mohammed Ali Shah, I'm being told, is back with us. Major Shah, if you can hear me now, the question I was trying to ask you earlier was on this latest round of violence, and the most shocking aspect being that this happened outside a school.
Right, Uday, I was here. You have to tell your people to be alert because they don't have to keep me in waiting room for minutes thereafter. Anyhow, so the very fact is, Uday, the violence is not coming down from both the ends because it's not that the communities do not want peace. They want peace. I think the Maite community and the Kuki tribe both want peace. Somewhere, someone in the middle is not allowing for peace to happen. And who is that someone? We got to identify. Are they the underground factions? Are they the politicians who are working? Either ways, it can be which are those forces? Are the external agencies? One has to identify those forces and one has to work on that. Now, the brutal killing of this lady outside a school yesterday, and the police had not confirmed her identity or from which community she belonged to. I think it was a fine. Even if they had not confirmed it, it was a mature stand because ultimately, by confirming, it will only lead to more hatred and more violence. And for example, when David from the Kuki tribe was killed, I mean, he was beheaded and his head was hung on the fence in a very, very brutal state. Even the terrorists in the Islamic State, I haven't seen that kind of brutal killing over there as well. It's only getting brutal there and it has to stop. As I said, it is the Maite community who wants peace, the Kuki tribe, the common man wants peace. Somewhere, someone is not allowing peace to happen. And who is that someone? What is that someone? What is their motive? Has to be ascertained, and thereafter, the steps required for that has to be taken over there.
Absolutely. Also, the fact here being that there will, though, be this scare in parents and children, won't it? The fact that schools for certain sections have opened, but with this incident happening outside a school, the big question is, will parents be still sending their children to school after this incident? The attendance anyways in the first few days after reopening has been pretty meager. Major Shah.
Had it been a parent like me who would have been there, I'm not paranoid at all. I am very bold and very open. But I would not have sent my child to school had such an incident happen out in the school. It is alarming at the end of the day. It is so uncertain. One doesn't know what can happen, what. And I don't know, unconfirmed reports, my friends from there have told me that apparently this woman was mentally unstable and she was killed. So, do the unconfirmed report as yet. I don't claim responsibility of it. I'm just telling you what has been told to me. So now, everyone would be concerned about the safety and security. I interviewed some students who had left Manipur and they told the horror experience on the night when their hostel was attacked and the rooms were earmarked. That which room is from which tribe, which community, where, and what gives me a ray of hope is there. When some of the Kuki tribe people were in trouble and the Maite community, some of them came to kill them, it was the Maite community people also in the same hostel who helped them, who saved them. When the Maite tribe was when the Maite community was in trouble, the Kuki tribe, there was some tribal from Kuki community, from Kuki tribe who saved them. So that gave me a ray of hope. Recently, again, about a week back, I read the report of 2 Kuki boys saving 2 Maite women in the jungle. That gave me a ray of hope. What I was scared of is, I hope it doesn't spill further outside Manipur. And I think I speak very, very balanced. I do not favor any sides. I have friends from both the sides. I really hope peace, maturity, it comes completely, There is one Colonel Sapam, who, in fact, his video went viral. I had the honor of interviewing him yesterday, where he was crying and he was expressing his pain. And he's incidentally from the Maite community. There was a former lady cop. She was suspended by the Brem Singh government for allegedly she wanted to speak about the drug menace in Manipur. And she was silenced. That was a different thing. I don't know the details of it, what had happened. So the very fact is, one has to ascertain who is not letting peace to happen. Because when you speak to the Maite community, they'll say they want peace. Nobody wants to live in a fear. You speak to the Kuki tribe, they want peace. But at the same time, agitations are happening, protests are happening, I agree. But because they are so perturbed, they are so disturbed. So one has to identify those factors. What are those forces who are not letting peace to happen? And let me tell you, a neutral party, say a Mayank is a term, like for an outsider, like you and me. For example, I'll give a small listing, like in Maite community, they are the Muslims also, they are the Christian also, they are, the Muslims are known as Pangals. And then they are Sanamais. Sanamais is a separate old ancient religion, basically. They are neither Hindus, nor Muslim, nor Christian. They are Maites, basically. They're from the Maite community. They have their own god, they follow their own god. It's very important for a neutral person to come forward and to bring in broker peace. Like, for example, people will be actually surprised to know that in cookie churches, for example, if you go to the church, you don't expect sacrifice or offering being held over there. Fruits, vegetables being offered, or sacrifices being made, or dancing in churches for that matter. But cookies do that because that's an old tradition, an old custom of theirs. So a normal a person from Delhi, a Christian from Delhi, will go to a cookie church, will not be able to relate to it. Will be a little surprised if he has not been briefed. So a person who knows the tribal culture, the ethnic affinity, the geography, the demography, the topography of that area should be brought in immediately to broker peace. Otherwise, Manipur continues to burn. It's been over 2 months and I'm very, very surprised. The army should be given Armed Forces Special Power Act over there in certain areas, like in the valley in Imphal. It was withdrawn some time back. So the army should be given a free hand to come and operate. Because I feel if it's been given to the army completely, army can come and clean it. If there's no job which army cannot do, they will take 24 hours and they will clean the menace. They will clean the rioters completely. Clean means they will ensure that they will bring peace. So the very fact is, there are a lot of challenges ahead of the Assam Rifles, ahead of the army, which are doing a commendable job. They're doing yeoman service. And yet, despite taking a neutral stand, a very, very balanced stand, only favoring India as a nation, you get accused. One feels bad when you are actually doing a very fine neutral job and a person accuses you. It's like, I commend NewsX, I commend you there. You have taken this issue up. I don't know anybody else. I don't know. There are various other people also who are doing it on Manipur, but I really do not know anybody else who have taken it up so seriously the way you people have done it. And my heart goes out to you all, and God bless you all. I am sure the entire Manipur community, be it any tribe, any community, any religion, any caste, creed, would be blessing NewsX for actually taking up this matter in a very, very responsible, balanced, and a correct way over there.
We stand ready, willing, able to assist in any way if asked, but we know this is an Indian matter, and we pray for that peace, that it may come quickly. You asked, does it concern?
I'm being told Major Shah has joined us once again. Major Shah, clearly a big statement being issued there by the U.S. Ambassador to India.
Most certainly, Uday. Uday, it's definitely a human crisis. It's definitely a matter of concern for everyone to see in. But the very fact is, I see we are self-sufficient in solving our internal problems. Why hasn't we been able to solve this problem for over 2 months? And now a foreign agency has to come in and offer us help. So I saw a mixed reaction on this on Twitter as well. Some people are saying, well done to him. Some people are saying, it's our internal issue. What's the problem? We will solve it. If we were to solve it, we shouldn't have dragged it. We shouldn't have prolonged it. It should not have. We should put in that should be our first priority. That should be the nation's first priority in solving the Manipur crisis. I think it's been ignored for way too long. And I'm not saying this because of my affinity or my attachment towards the Northeast. I am saying this as a very, very balanced, as a mature Indian. We have neglected Northeast for a very, very long time, irrespective of whichever government it is. I'm not talking about the current government or the previous government. We as individuals today, you'll be surprised. I interviewed some UPSC aspirants, and Uday, you will be surprised. They did not know on the map, on the Indian map, where Manipur is. They were mistaking it to be Manipal in Karnataka. It was shocking indeed. We are getting a foreign hand as help. So I think, firstly, we appreciate the gesture of the concern of the American nationals about the U.S. Ambassador. Thank you very much. But really, I feel now we should at least wake up now. We should take it as a challenge that we should now try to finish this case off completely. The peace has to be brought in at any cost. And let me make one thing very, very clear to everyone. All the communities have to coexist together. We are a salad bowl nation, not a melting pot. And the very fact that Kukis have been living there for God knows how many years. If you go back to the history of Manipur, yes, they are not illegal immigrants. They could be illegal immigrants in Manipur. I'm not denying that. But as per 2011 census I'm talking about, they are 53% Meiteis. Earlier, they were about 70% Meiteis in Manipur. The population of Meiteis have come down, no doubt. I will not deny that at all. And the population of the Kuki tribe also has risen. So has the population of Nagas risen. So has the population of Tangkus risen. So now they are also, as I told you about Pangal. Pangal is basically the Meitei Muslim which comes from Bengal. They had migrated from Bengal. So Bengal. In 1972, when Manipur was formed as a state, that time the chief minister over there, initial ones, was Alimuddin. It was a Muslim chief minister of Manipur, incidentally. So when they had accepted that over there, they should come to terms and they should actually become friends. In 1997, I was present on the soil of Manipur at that time when there was a big clash, bigger ethnic clash than what we are witnessing now between the Thadao-speaking Kukis and the Kuki-Zomi tribes. Because Zomis found the word Kuki to be derogatory and the Kukis found the word Zomi to be derogatory. Ultimately, in 1998, the Mizos, those are the silos and the Paites, basically, they are from the Kuki community. They have an affiliation to the Kuki community, but they have a Mizo connect as well. They are dominated in Trashanpur. The Mizos had to step in to make sure that there is a handshake, and a bull was sacrificed and a feast was done. Now the very fact when Nagas and Kukis used to be bitter enemies, sworn enemies, they used to torch each other's houses. When they could become friends, ultimately they buried their hatchets. Actually, when France and Germany, who used to be bitter enemies, when they could become friends, when America and Canada can coexist together, when so many people can coexist together, I am certain there is no problem in this world which cannot be solved. And the way forward is through dialogue, is through talks, is to keep the channel of communication open. And okay, well, it may not happen on the soil of Manipur, the peace. So I think the leaders from both the sides, from the Meitei community and the Kuki tribe, they should come together, probably in the national capital, probably in Delhi. They should sit together across the table, sort out the differences, sort out the talks. See, the very fact is the Sanamai, which I mentioned to you about, which is a separate religion altogether, they are part of the Meitei community. Okay, so now they authorized to buy land as per the Article 371, Charlie, and the 1961 Forest Act of Manipur. So the plain people from the valley, that is the Meiteis, they cannot buy land in the hills. But now when the whole issue was that, the whole issue was that, and when the Meiteis felt, okay, now when the Kukis have instigated the violence initially, so they got a chance, and then they were groups
right,
like...
right, Major Shah.